The idea of this step is that we have to decide which method of actually pasting the script on your website you're going to use, because there are different ways to implement a marketing automation system on a website. Of course, there's also the whole subject of integrating it with other systems that you have, but that's a whole different thing, because I cannot know what type of CRM, for example, you might already have. I will talk about implementing and connecting marketing automation with other systems down the road, but at this point we just want to focus on how to paste the script on the website. So you got three options. The first option is Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager is a very simple tool that Google developed. The idea is that there are so many different tools that people use on their website. So maybe you might have, for example, Facebook ads tags, or you might have Google Analytics, or you might have Google Optimize. You might have Mixpanel or some other tracking software. So there's so many tools. So asking developer to paste each tracking script on the website would be tiresome. So instead of doing that, Google Tag Manager allows you to simply paste one tag, one Google Tag Manager, and then it will implement other tags dynamically. The great thing about GTM is that it's very easy for developers to implement, and down the road you'll be able to do everything by yourself. So at the beginning it's just one script or two scripts they will have to paste, and it's like less than an hour of work. But down the road, you will not have to go and say, hey, could you implement this event? Could you implement that user tracking? Everything you'll be able to do by yourself by simply pasting scripts. The good thing about it is that you'll do it yourself. The harder part is that you'll need to at least look at code. You will not have to program anything. You'll just have to copy and paste some scripts. For example, an event script, so generate an event, and you'll just have to change parameters such as the name of the event or some attributes of this event. So this is it. It's no coding, but you have to learn how to do that. So it's a little bit work on your side, little work on the developer's side, but you have the full flexibility and you're the owner of the implementation. And the last one is the plugin. So if you have a WordPress, for example, website, or a PrestaShop, or some other popular e-commerce website, then in most cases you'll be able to use a ready-to-use plugin. There are tutorials for all of those, but the implementation in that case takes like 5 minutes and it's ready to go. So if you have this kind of website, that would be great. On the other hand, the cons include the fact that if you want to, make this implementation a little bit more complex or more advanced, so for example, gather different types of data or generate some events like in Google Analytics, then you would still need to ask the developer to implement those. And that's still getting back to the script thing. So it's great to have this conversation as early as it's possible, because that will allow the development team to schedule the work around this. So one more thing about this. There is a distinction between like a very basic implementation and a completely advanced, full-fledged implementation. And what we want to do now is simply think how we can get to like minimum viable product, minimum implementation that will help you to start experimenting with different automations.